Hello, welcome back to City Planner Plays, where today we are playing Anno 1800. This is a game I've been meaning to play for a long time, but I just never got around to it. So when Ubisoft reached out to me about a sponsored video, I jumped at the opportunity. So a huge shout out to Ubisoft for providing me with access to the game and for sponsoring today's video. So today we're just going to dabble around a bit in the game and I'll give you my thoughts along the way. And if you want to give the game a go, it just launched on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and it's available on PC using the link in the video description. And you can play it for free until March 23rd. And if you decide to buy it, it's on sale right now too. Let's jump into it. Now I want to start a new game, and there's two options that you have. You can do a campaign, which has a story, which I love, or you can do a sandbox. And today that's what I think we're going to do. And then you get to pick a character. And I'm going to go for this guy at the very bottom. This guy looks like he belongs in the Phantom of the Opera. So we're going to go with him. And my name, Philip, means lover of horses. And I know that we have this right here. So we're going to go with a horse logo. I do not love horses. It's just my name. I don't know. And here you go with a pink lover of horses flag. That is going to be the sign of our empire. And now we need a name. So I'm going to generate a couple. We're going to go with Trinity Infinity. I like that one. Trinity Infinity, who looks like he belongs in Phantom of the Opera. And with that, here we are in Klemborg. So right here, we have a small trading post and a shipping vessel. So this is all that we have. I want to send this thing out right away to explore. We are going to meet other people. We can have diplomacy with them. We can set up trade routes, and we have to discover some things. We got to figure out what's out there. We could settle other islands if we want to. So I just basically went in, grabbed this, and I set a assigned patrol route. And I just went to the edge of the map, and we're just going to say, go out here. And now we'll go right back here and start building our city. And everyone needs a road. That is where we start. So we are going to build a road. And thinking about this, I think it makes sense to start building along the coast. Why would you go and clear a bunch of forest if you didn't have to? So this road is important for a number of reasons. This is going to connect up to this. Obviously, that's the most important thing. But this also operates as a warehouse. And we'll talk about warehouses in a little bit. This road is not free either, even though it's a dirt road. It does cost a little bit of money. About $100 for this road, so also something to keep in mind. So let's start planning for our little community, and we're going to need a marketplace, which is where everyone in the community will get some food and goods. We're going to need some homes, and we're going to need some places of employment. So I'm going to build a road up here. This will be the other spline of our community, and our downtown will be in this area. And then I want to back out our first residential away from downtown and spread it out a bit. And I'm going to dive into the aesthetics a little bit. Maybe that's not where I should begin, but that is where I want to begin. The game allows for it, so we're going to do it. Now, the way that this works is up to 25 people can live in this home. Now, if we hit 10 people in here, we can upgrade it to workers. And if we hit more than that, we can upgrade even further. Artisans, engineers, different things. But you got to start somewhere, and we start with a content farmer. That said, she's not exactly thrilled. She's moving out. And that's because she doesn't have a place to buy groceries. So we are going to get that set up right now. We'll set up a marketplace. And you see that this is glowing green. That is the maximum distance that the benefits of this marketplace will go. And just build a little eyebrow right there. So now this will reach over here. It's a little ways away. Truthfully, I don't know that they're going to love this. And I don't know that it's going to make them super happy. Yeah, it did. People are moving in. One of two moving in. It's because they have a market. Now, they have other needs as well. Fish, food, and clothing. Makes sense. But we have to unlock them by having farmers. So I'm going to build a few more farmsteads. But actually, I want to decorate first. So I have a wooden fence. And I want to make yards. I want this to feel like a proper lot. Now I can use my eyedropper tool. I just want to copy this. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I hit S. That brings me back to my street, my dirt road. And then I'm just drawing these little connectors. They have to be connected to a road. Otherwise, they will abandon. There we go. Looking good. Nope, not looking good. We have abandoned right here. We got to renovate this abandoned building. Stay here, please, people. We don't want... This is actually using up our lumber, which isn't good. So I want to point something out really quickly. Right here shows how much we are making or losing at any given point in time. Right now we have maintenance because of some of our buildings, but we're not making any money because we're not producing anything. So we've got to fix this We're going to go back into our construction menu and see what it's going to take. We need 50 people to unlock fishing. And until we have that, people are getting very upset and moving out. So I'm going to build a couple more residential properties, or one. I think that's all I can do. And then just hope for the best. Maybe temporarily I'll call a mulligan. So that's one thing that I like about this game a lot. You can call a mulligan. Just grab that building and put it wherever you need it to be. Let's see if that makes people even happier. Marketplace through the top. We're good. I'm going to speed this up and see if we can unlock our fishing. And there we go. We've unlocked fisheries, but we need lumber to be able to build this. So we're going to have to start that production chain up. So we need a lumberjack's hut to actually harvest wood, and then we need to turn it into timber at a sawmill. In this menu, it talks about the amount of time it takes to produce the good that this building produces. So here it's 15 seconds for wood, and it's 15 seconds for timber. So for every one of these lumberjack huts that we have, we need one sawmill. So let's build one of these. The other thing to focus on here is the percentage that it's giving us. So if we place this here, it will be able to harvest the maximum amount. And I want to see the maximum distance away. So I'm going to place it here. And then I'm going to place a sawmill in our downtown area. And we're going to move this back. Sorry, people. I know that you're not going to like this. But that's where I want it. So now I'm going to place a sawmill up here at this corner. And I want to zoom in and really get a feel for this building. Part of me wants to just rotate it around and then add a road right there. So it's on the corner, but we'll add a direct access there. Maybe we can have a lawn in front of this in the future. And then we want to build our fishery. So this looks like it's not being built, and it's not. And that's because we're missing the lumber. We need 2 lumber and $100 to be able to build this. So until we have that, it puts us in blueprint mode. And then in the future, we can use the upgrade button to actually build this. This is a really nice part of this game. You can plan things out. So you can go into blueprint mode, and let's say you want to figure out exactly where all of your homes are going to be, but you don't want to actually build them yet. Watch this. It's not spending any money to do this, but it's allowing me to lay things out. And this works for everything. So I'm going to come through and do my fences, everything. Okay, and we have become a quaint village. And that means that we've unlocked more buildings. In particular, we now have schnapps and we have clothing. So if you recall, those are some things that make our citizens happy. She just wants to be clothed. That makes sense. Right now, she's got none. So as a result, we are going to get stuck here. Stable population will never get workers. So we need to create this. And then schnapps, I believe, is a luxury good. Yeah, it's a luxury need, but that'll make her really happy. So she just wants to have a drink and be clothed. I think those are reasonable requests. And to me, a sheep farm shouldn't be super close to your city. So we are going to build it a little ways out here. Maybe start a nice road going uphill. I'm going to speed things up because we're not producing anything and we desperately need to. And while we're waiting for this to produce more timber for us, it's a good time to look around and start planning things out a little bit. And what you'll see is that there are some resources that are going to be incredibly important to us. Clay, oil, lots of oil, iron, limestone, and clay. So we've got a lot of stuff available to us. That said, we're going to need to work our way towards a couple of these things. Obviously, the clay is going to be probably our first one, but I think that the iron is also going to be very important. Right off the bat, we've got enough money. I'm going to build some roads over to those areas just so I don't forget about them. The other thing that this does is helps me think about warehousing. We could have a warehouse in this general area and share it between these two resources. So those are the sorts of things you need to think about up front. Now that we've got plenty of timber, we can slow things down. And that is something that I've learned in this game. You got to be patient, because if you're not, you're going to break things. And the couple of times that I've played, I've failed half of the times. I will readily admit that. We're going to see if we fail this time. I'm hoping not. I've learned a lot, and I feel confident in my newfound abilities. There we go. No warehouse in range. We need one of those. And the reason I didn't want to build this right away is you'll see that it has a $20 maintenance cost. We're already negative 38. So these are all things to keep in mind when you're building things. This should help. We've still got a lot of farmers that need jobs, and I'm building more housing, so that's not really helpful. Hopefully we can get this going now. There we go. And then I want to get working on our schnapps and our clothes. So this right here, we built this sheep farm so that we could get yarn, or wool rather, and then we'll take this wool and we'll turn it into clothing. And again, this is a one-to-one relationship, so this should work well for us. I'll put this in our downtown area, kind of near our lumber mill. And again, I'll give it space. And now let's work on our schnapps. We need a potato farm and a schnapps distillery. So we will make a potato farm over here. I'm going to kind of mirror what I just did here. And I'll use the eyedropper to clone a house over here. Is that necessary? No, not at all. But I think if you're building a farm, it only makes sense to me to have a home near it. Now for this, it's very similar to the sheep. You got to click on the building and build the required accessory building. So in this case, it's field. In this one, it was a pasture. So we're going to build a field here, and it's up to 72 tiles. Doesn't have to be 72, but it can be up to that. So there we go. There's all 72. Looks good. Now I left some gaps there because we are not giving up on our fencing ever. So some people could view that as, me being a little crazy. I say that this game is enabling my crazy, and I appreciate it. And then over here for this one, we'll give them a bit of a yard. I just love that you can really get in the weeds here. So I could say, I don't want this. We'll demolish the stuff that's in their yard. And then we could go into our temperate forest and let's give them a cherry tree. Look at that. Look at that. And we've unlocked some new buildings. We'll need to take a look at what those were. Ooh, a fire station. Yes, there are fires, friends, in this game. So I think that we should probably make this centrally located. I think we'll rotate it and put it right about here. And we also have a pub, but we never built our distillery just yet. So we'll do that. Oh, and actually, we've got a newspaper. So let's take a look at the newspaper. A new company takes root. That's cool. Bankruptcy, not so cool. General mood deteriorates. Very uncool. So the paper will actually have a direct impact on what the citizens think of me. So like you can in Tropico, I'm just going to finesse things a bit. We'll hypnotize them. You're happier than you think. I love it. And then consumerism. Spend your money. Spend your money. That will help us not go bankrupt. We're going to publish that. There we go. Used up some of the influence. You didn't like the alternative facts. That's all right. You'll deal with it. Oh, I gained influence. Wordsmith. So I guess I'm good. Oh, and the newspaper's even more effective. We'll keep everyone having some schnapps, and then maybe they'll be completely fine with my crazy propaganda that I'm spreading. And I believe that our distillery is close enough. Yeah, we're good. They're missing workers, though. So we are actually, if you look here, we have more jobs available than employees. So we are going to go to this right here. It's our upgrade icon. And all the stuff that we planned in, we can just kind of come along and upgrade it so long as we have the materials for it, which we do. So I will build it. And there we go. Our little neighborhood is all ready for us. And there we go. Just a couple more houses, some bigger lots right on the coast, and a nice rainy day. So we're still losing money, which is really disappointing. I'm hoping I didn't overbuild anything. I don't think that I did. And I'm hoping that we are finally moving up. There we are. That little arrow means that we can upgrade this with 4 lumber, and we can upgrade this to a worker, which is awesome because it opens up a whole new supply chain for us. It's pretty exciting in my estimation. I think we need to build a pub before we worry about the workers getting jobs, because everyone likes to get a drink every now and then, especially folks here in Wisconsin. So we're going to build one right along the coast. Let's make this a feature of the community. Let's make this something that people really enjoy. Beer garden of sorts. And my favorite beer garden, and the only one I go to in Madison, is right on the water. So I'm going to give our little citizens here that same privilege. And I want to decorate this. And it looks like we finally opened up our modest park. So what that gives us the ability to do is place a couple of things like grass, shrubbery, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to place some shrubbery. So let's have a tree on the edge. We'll have some shrubs along here to fence things in and frame it. some low shrubs in the front, and then a bunch of grass. Oh, there we go. There we go. Can you imagine? You're sitting here and you're just enjoying the view of the mountains you can't see because of the fog of civilization or whatever it is. So, but there we go. That's nice. And we can even change this person's yard, make it a little bit more fitting for this area. Oh, I love that. Look at that. I was able to make a nice little yard for these people. They got a couple of apple trees, some grass. What a great place to live, right on the water, right next to the bar. Everything you need to have a great day, I guess. So now that we have that, we need to start thinking about our next workforce, which is our workers. So our workers have different needs and desires than our farmers. Okay, I'll caveat that. We'll click on this and they have the same needs, but they have more. They need sausage. Apparently, that is what makes a happy worker, lots of sausage. So we're gonna need to take care of their sausage needs by building a pig farm. And I'm gonna place that right about here. And same story, I wanna do a road. I wanna do a house. This is not because it's necessary, but because I just think it's neat. And then we will load this up. And we can have up to 5 of these things. So I went all the way around and look at that. We've got a pigsty there and it's looking amazing, which is something that has never been said ever before. So we'll go for it. Not quite sure how this ends yet, so I'm going to leave it. You could always have an extra farm here. Maybe we have a gigantic farm. But for the time being, we'll just leave it like this. And that will give us all of the pork that we need. And we take a look, we get a pig every minute. This gives us a sausage every minute, but it's unattractive. And that is something to keep in mind, the unattractiveness. That's another reason why we put this out here. If it's going to be ugly, we need to hide it from people. So that's, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, that's kind of the way the real world is too. Things are ugly, we hide it from people. And then we'll take this and put this out here. And it didn't build, it went into blueprint mode, which tells me that we're missing something. Yes, we're missing bricks. So we are going to build our clay pit. That was one of the things that we were planning for out here. So there we go. Get a road going out there. And the clay pit gives us clay every 30 seconds. And our brick factory produces a brick every minute, which to me means we need 2 brick factories for every clay pit. So let's do that. Let's zoom in to see where our road is. Now, these are all upset, no warehouse in range. So we are going to place one. Now that is under the farmers, small warehouse here. And I want to place this so that it could be used by everything here. Rotate it around with the period button. And I'm just going to put it here. Let's put it here. And I think that we're good. Insufficient workforce. Oh yeah, look at that. -90. We have 10 in our labor pool and we have 100 in our job pool. So -90 is our balance. And the thing to remember is for workers, every house has at least 10 people. So let's look and see what is needed. 9 people are here. It's the marketplace. They're mad at me about my marketplace placement. I could relent or I could build more housing more densely. I'm going to just build a market over here. It's probably the right choice, even though it's going to cost more. If I build a bunch of housing, I know the way this ends. I have had that story happen, friends, and it's not good. So let's build a marketplace, but we'll turn it into kind of like a marketplace with a park. And we've got this gate here. So inside of our decorations, we've got this beautiful archway. Place one on either side. Splendid gateway. Costs $200. Doesn't really do anything besides make me feel good. Then we have this elephant. Wow, that is fancy. Yeah, we can do that. We'll have a traveler's kiosk. Actually, that really belongs down here. And then, oh, this looks like it's a plaza building set. Okay, so there are dirt roads coming here. Dirt roads in the middle, but boy, is this fancy. Whoa, everyone loves this. That's what they needed. They needed a fancy market. Now I got to pay attention. Every time I upgrade one of these, I lose farmers and I gain these workers. And I'm almost at equilibrium. Give myself a little bit of headroom, and then I'm going to convert a couple more. And that means that we need to immediately build some more housing for our farmers. And I'm going to place those right downtown. We're going to have some dense housing. And I'm out of resources. So I've made a mistake. Oh, and a nearby building doesn't have access. What is that? Is it the, did I not give? No, they have access. They're good. Oh no. Oh, I know what the problem is. It's way too far away. So let's mulligan this thing. This is a way to handle your problems. Oh no, we have to retrain the fire. Oh, okay. That wasn't a good solution. Don't do that. This is brick. Oh, that's brick too. Well, that's why Chicago has a lot of brick buildings. A big fire. Then one of the reasons I wanted to spread these out is I didn't want to burn the city down, but apparently it doesn't matter. So we're going to just burn down. All right. Now we're in action. We're mobilize. And it, you know, I know it's 1800, so we're going slow, but come on, guys. Can we pick up the pace? And then I'm going to speed this up because I just hate to see the fire. And there we go. The fire's overcome. We are good. We are good. Okay, with that, I want to come back over here to our farm because we can now make some sausages and make all the workers happy. So we have our bricks now, and that was what was holding us back before. We get 7 bricks. We'll build this. The bricks are important for a number of reasons. So bricks allow us to take our warehouses and upgrade them. We need 20 bricks, 20 lumber, and a bunch of money, and then we can store things at our warehouses, more things at our warehouses. What is wrong? Insufficient workforce. We need some more workers. And look at this. All these farmer homes that I built, meant to maintain them as farmer homes, they want to be upgraded. So I'm here for it. I think that we're going to do that. And we are now a port town. So that is exciting. We're a port town because we've unlocked some new buildings. So our new buildings include a church, bread buildings, and then we have a bunch of harbor buildings. And then we have some protection. So there's a tower defense style game in here as well, mixed with a bit of Civ, Tropico, however you want to look at it. But we need to defend ourselves because those other civilizations could come and start to try to take us over. We don't want that to happen. With that in mind, I'm going to take a little bit of a beat from our community and let's send this guy around a little bit. Kind of a lonely position out here. So right now it says it's patrolling. We're going to assign a route. I'm going to go to the other end of the map and we will drop a pin. And now we'll see this ship start to head towards our pin. And I want to start with our bread production line. And let's look at this. This farm will produce grain every hour. We need 2 flour mills for every farm that we have that's maxed out. And then 1 bakery. So all things to keep in mind. We just want to keep a nice, tidy production line if we can. Or, editor Phil here to say that hindsight is 2020. I probably should just build 1 windmill and leave a little bit of extra grain production to fill up the silos that we're going to build in the future at both our sheep farms and our pig farms. And now I'm going to build, wow, 144. We can go 144. So this is a significantly bigger farming area. And interestingly, I didn't have enough lumber for this house, but we have it now. So we'll build it. There we go. Looking good. And now we need our flour mill. And again, we need 2 of these. I think ideally this would be on higher ground. I don't think it actually matters. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but it matters to me. I'm going to place this over here. And we're in blueprint mode again, and that's because we do not have enough lumber. We're getting close, though. We've got money, and we're producing money, so we're good. And there we go. We got 2 of those. That is part of our supply chain that is filled in. Your farmers would like some flour to improve their recipes. I just did that. But we need a bakery for anyone who doesn't want to bake things. My wife is a baker. I am not, and I would need a bakery. So let's do it. And this is going to be another one of our downtown worker type uses. That said, am I doing something? No, this is fine. This doesn't produce any unattractiveness, but I'm curious about these other ones. I don't think it's unattractive. I guess we'll find out down the line. And then I'm going to place this right about here. Road to that. And now we are out of farmers. So let's keep moving on our farmers. We'll continue our street here. I kind of want to divide this in half. I think that long block lengths are bad. And no, we have a long block length because that's what we're doing. And I can see that we are beginning to bottleneck at our timber, which makes me think that it's about time that we improve that portion of our supply chain. I'm thinking that we extend a road up here, and I'm going to clone this, and I'll put this right up here. That gives us our max utilization. And then I want to move this one. I just want to not overlap. And then we're going to need a warehouse as well because we are now too far away from this trading post. I'm going to put the warehouse right in this general area. Actually, we'll put it over here. I think we're going to have to. And now that we have 2 of our lumberjack huts, we also need 2 sawmills. Easy enough. Eyedropper it. There we go. There we go. And this will give us what we need to get some of these, more of these homes built, because that is our limiting factor right now. You can see that for farmers, we are just struggling. There we go. Now we have a nice little setup here. We got some farmers. Everything's looking good and everyone wants to upgrade. But I want to hold back. I don't want to get overly excited because that's when we cause some problems. In fact, I am a little bit concerned right now that all the new farmers are going to need clothes and schnapps. And at some point we could end up in some trouble because of that. So we're going to pause on our building of farmers for a moment and focus on this other stuff. So now we have our bread production line. A church, I think a church is a luxury. Let's double check this. Soap is a basic need and so is a school. So to get this, oh, we actually need 300 workers. So that's 3 more homes upgraded. And then we are going to unlock everything else. So we're going to do it. There we go. We have steel beams, soap production chain, and then weapons. Oh, look at that. Silos, key to animal husbandry. All right, so we can build silos now for our livestock, which will speed up our farms. So that's exciting. Let's see what Trinity Infinity's farms can achieve. And yeah, right here we have a silo. It's $1,000. It's 10 bricks. Now we can store grain right here from our grain field. Put it right in there and we're good. And look at this. We can actually upgrade our warehouse. We're going to do that too. Increases our maintenance costs some money. We're just spending all of our money. Look at how nice that looks. No grain here. So that, oh, I just threw our whole supply chain out of whack. So I might actually need to build another farm because we've had this perfectly sized for the bread. So I think we're going to be not as efficient as we were. Over here, we're seeing it already. They're running out of flour. So we're just going to need to increase the size of this. And I'm wondering, maybe we just do something like this. Yeah, I like that. The only thing I don't like is I'm now realizing that I double fenced everything because this field actually comes with its own fence and I put another one on the outside. Apparently, I'm really concerned about people breaking into the farm. I do like that the 2 farms combined though, so that is nice. We should have plenty of wheat at this point in time. I want to look at our harbors though and build some of this. So we've got quay walls. I'm not going to worry about that. This shipyard, I really would like to build some ships. And then we'll put our shipyard right here. And what else can we build? A depot. That's the storage capacity being improved. We'll do that too. Why not? So our shipyard built right away. We had the materials for that. We did not have the materials for our depot. We're down on some clay, so we'll have to wait for that. We should also build our sail production chain, and we need to build a farm for this too. I'm going to rotate this around, and this one will just butt right up against here. And then we'll build another sheep farm over in this general area. Oh, she wants a delivery quest. We're not going to deal with diplomacy at all today, so I'm going to reject this. I'll tick her off, and she'll have to get over it because we're not doing diplomacy today. Just don't attack me, please. So now we have what's necessary to build these. We needed some bricks. Let's build our depot. And the fun thing about this right now, again, this is basically a warehouse. It looks like you just dropped a bunch of stuff off here, but we can change the look of it. That looks really great in my opinion. For our sail makers, we are going up. We've got what we need. We'll build that as well. They're going to, oh, the paper. We'll get back to that. See what the paper says. Everyone's happy. I think we can do this. People are content. Shipyard's been built. Flying machine. That's pretty cool. Publish it and we will let that go. So that is a complete supply chain right there. We are at a nice equilibrium here. Let's build the trade union. So what this does basically is give a bonus to certain types of buildings. And one that I know it gives a bonus to is our factories over here in our clay mine. So I'll rotate this around and I will select this right there. That is going to do the trick for us. Okay, so let's keep it moving and we will go into our steel supply chain. Couple things that we need here: iron, charcoal kiln, furnace, and steelworks. So we're going to produce iron right here at the mine. And I think this is going to need a ton of workers. Maybe not the mine so much, but yeah, the mine needs 10 workers. The furnace needs 100 and the steelworks needs 200. So we're going to need to be really mindful there. Maybe we should do our soap instead. We can do that. So we've got a pig farm already, but really if we want to maximize this, we're going to have 2 soap factories, a rendering works, and then a pig farm to line up to make sure that our supply chain is as efficient as it could be. And why don't we just kind of mirror what we did over here? All right, so we've got another pig farm. We're going to have a rendering works. And I think we're just going to put that right back here. Oh, I see one problem already. We're going to run out of space because I want to have a silo back here as well. And for this, we need steel. So we're back to our steel beams. Now that said, I want to say that we have a little bit. I think it's in a dumb place. Oh, geez. We're going to stop you from patrolling. You're going to come back home and give us our iron beams back. Our steel beams. That wasn't very smart. I should have emptied those off the bat. That's a very valuable item. And instead of using it, we're just sending it around the world. So let's get back to this production chain over here. We can build this now. We needed our bricks. We got that. Build this. And then let's look at the rest of the production chain here. We can handle this. We can handle this. We can do it. And we need our charcoal kiln. What we need to do is realize that I've spent way too much time building things and not enough time focusing on our budget. And we are about to run out of money because I'm not at an equilibrium. Always be mindful of this. I was not. I was overbuilding things, and you gotta calm down and make sure that you're always making money. Does this need to go on something? I don't think it does. I think this just needs space. Yeah, this works almost identically to the lumberjack. So we'll just place that here, use S, and find a way to get here. And this should be close enough that we're using that same warehouse, which is what we wanted to do. And then we have our furnace, which is going to create pollution and need a ton of workers. We don't really have any. I'm going to move these out here. We're going to build both because we're going to need them both. And now we have a deficit. We need 9 homes converted to be workers, which means that we're going to need to have at least a few new farmers as well. So that's where we're going to start. We'll build some new farmers' homes. And I think we haven't really had any homes over here. I think that maybe we'll start with a couple. So there's some more farmers for us, and now we can upgrade. We've got a ton of lumber, so this is going to be fairly simple. I wonder if I can just... There we go. So now we are at equilibrium with our workers, which is helpful, but we are at a deficit for our farmers. Thankfully, some of this is a little misleading because right now, if we look at these, got four farmers in there. We can get way more in there. So we don't necessarily need to continue to build. We should be okay eventually. Same thing with these. Now we've got more workers moving in. So he wants soap. He's dirty. I get it. I'd want soap too. Did we get our boat over here? Ah, it is here. I want to take this off. So I think we go into our transfer menu And just move this over. We can probably, yeah, we'll move some of this timber as well. There's no need to have that on the boat. Maybe we can build this? No. We are out of money. Oh no. I should have been paying attention. We have no money. All right, so I will just turn off something like this furnace is not helpful. Oh, I'd love it if I could downgrade some of these workers. So that is something I can't do anything about because we need lumber for that and money too, I believe. You believed wrong, my friend. Please stop panicking. It's not that bad. We got way too many workers. And this is a dangerous spot to be in where you're just kind of upgrading and downgrading. We really need a trading partner. Okay, he's got a delivery. He'll give me almost 4,500 if I do his delivery request. Eli, I'm going to trust you. I probably shouldn't. He needs 10 steel beams and 6 bricks. I don't have that. Really? That's what you want from me? So I'm going to go into the transfer menu. See if I can take all of my protection off. And then we'll take our steel beams back. And we'll take some bricks back. And then we'll head over here. We'll assign a patrol route. Come right here. Okay, and we're here. Let's see. How do I deliver this? All right, I right mouse clicked it. He says, is it in hand? Yep, it's in hand. There you go. Oh, he likes that. That's cool. Now we're friends. So I have a little bit of money now and everything. Now I'm making money too. Perfect. We're going to send you on a patrol route, even though you have some of the goods that we have. Ooh, there's something here. You go over here and we'll go over here. And now we are still short on regular old farmers. And what's the problem over here? You're unhappy. Oh, we're a little far away from everything now. Now, there's a way that we could resolve this, and I think it's with a paved street. Let's see if I pave this street. I don't know if I have enough. That should improve the speed and access. Now she's content. Now she can almost reach the market. Things are okay. So that should help us out. We'll get some more farmers moving, and we're too short. And we're just not making any progress. So that makes, clothing. All right. That's the problem. You got to keep an eye on these supply chains because they start to break down as you add new people. So we will add in another one of these sheep farms. I don't want any more people though. So I think we might just ignore that. We'll just have a sheep farm. And actually what we'll do, we'll pretend that it's part of this one. Ooh, relations sour, fire erupts, and bankruptcy. Sir, that is a terrible paper for me. So distraction, hypnosis, and consumerism, everything is wonderful. So now that everything is awesome, we'll publish that instead because we're going to have a riot if we have that published in our paper. And Beryl loves that. She loves that I'm telling lies. That's great. Over here, I think this is where we were. I think we destroyed one of her ships and she's mad at us. She's going to need to deal with that. I don't really know what to say. Besides, we got to escape. Oh, we've got some good stuff on there too. So let's get out of here. Go to this end of the map. And hopefully Anne does not attack us as we make our way around. I think she's real mad at us though. So we're still low on our farmers. And it's because they don't have clothing. So we will build another clothing factory over here. There we go. There we go. So we are making lots of things. I think I meant to add this earlier because I added, I did. I added a second sheep farm, but I never finished the supply chain. So we're kind of cannibalizing that because we have one right here. We're using some on our sail makers. So I actually need to have one more of these. There we go. And of course, we're short on workers, so this isn't helpful. And over here, we're not getting more farmers because they don't have any clothing. So that's kind of a chicken and the egg thing. You guys got to work. Please work. And I was wondering why this wasn't drawing in. And it's because, again, we are out of money. This just kills me. The lack of farmers is brutal right now. And it seems like no matter what I do, it's not quite enough. So we are short basically 9 farmhouses, although we've got some farmers over here that just aren't leveling up. So maybe we just need to downgrade some of the workers. We have so many. Oh, I actually gain. I thought that I had to pay lumber and I gain lumber back if I downgrade these. So I'm going to downgrade some of our workers to farmers, and we're losing population for that, but that is equilibrium. And now this should bring our balance closer to where it needs to be. The maintenance is just brutal right now. I don't know if we still have to pay for this when it's off. We don't. So the maintenance is off there. So that is helpful for us. I'll turn this off as well. And basically anything that we don't need going gangbusters, if I just turn it off, maybe that gets us back to where we need to be. Yeah, like these right here are really expensive. I got 2 of these going. That's what we needed to balance things out. But having 2 of those has meant that we are spending 100 on flour mill production. So that's pretty expensive. We're not even making ships right now. So this is really expensive. Let's turn, actually this doesn't cost us anything, but we turned off our sail making and now we're making money again. And then we should also be able to turn off one of our knitters because we needed the extra knitting for our sails. So equilibrium again, lots of extra workers. All right, we're close to an equilibrium. What I think we really need is a trade route. Desperately a trade route. I know that it's going to be really difficult to get a trade route established with any of the islands before we pay them money to be our friends. So knowing that, let's just patrol and see if we can find a route to the old world. I wonder. He's looking for soap and potatoes at Worms Bay at the prison. We can do that. We'll go from our island to the prison island at Worms Bay. And at our island, he's looking for soap and potatoes. So we will give him, we don't have soap. We want to have soap, but we don't have soap. We'll give him soap though. We'll say that we'll give him soap. And we've got 6 potatoes. Great. And then we'll take it off here. But we also need this to go back and empty what it has. So I paused that trade route for now because I'm going to wait for the ship to get over here. And then I'm going to send it back home to empty out its cargo. And then we'll send it back over with potatoes. And our ship just kind of decided to sit here. I don't know why. Oh, it's on our trade route already. So I'm going to wait for our ship to get back here. And then I'm going to empty it. Okay, so I stopped our route. We'll open up the transfer menu and I will steal everything that's on there. I can't take this off though. That kills me. At least we got the other stuff. Now we should be able to resume the trade route. That took some potatoes and we have no soap. But we are making money again for some bizarre reason. And maybe, yes, we can build our rendering works and get back to making some soap. Oh, shoot, that needs iron too. So this keeps oscillating up and down, which to me means that our population's unhappy for some reason. I am going to finish this because I was working on this before, and then I'm going to try to not do frivolous things for a while, which is really hard for me because I just love doing so many silly things in this game. Just kidding. Fences are expensive. We're going to not do that. So our sawmill production is in a bad place because we are at capacity at our warehouses. So this is a place where we can trim the fat. So we will do that. We will pause all of these. And they're not that expensive, but it is money. And then if there's anything else that I see is not working, like right here, the storage is full. So our sheep farm, that's not very much money. We're just going to let that one go. So knowing that, or we are trading potatoes away, I'm going to build a potato farm or 2. And there's no warehouse in range. Oh, and now we have that and we're producing some potatoes. This should help our financial situation. That's the main reason why we did this. Otherwise, this is a lot of potatoes. And now I just wanted to take a look at our ship real quick to see what it's doing. And what you can see is that it's got 19 potatoes on there. And it's made its way over to the prison. Let's see if it empties those. It does. We got $600. We need 1,000 to be able to build our steel making plant, which kind of unlocks everything. And I think will get us back to where we need to be. The other person we could trade with is down here. This is the Crown. Let's see what they need. They're looking for coal. Oh, if only we had... Oh, well, okay. We're going to modify our trade route. So we've got a route here. And if we add on one more destination, the Crown, we are going to load up charcoal, and we will unload that here. There we go. So that should help us out quite a bit, and that will give us the ability to come through here and re-enable this. And we now have the money to build this. We're going to do it even though we're just burning cash because we desperately need this. Now we are down on our workers, which is fine. Let's upgrade some of these farmers. Oh my goodness, we're at equilibrium again. Oh, oh, that was really a challenge. And of course, it was just fleeting, but it feels like we're making some progress. What is your problem? No warehouse in range? Are you kidding me, buddy? That's no. So when we look in here, we can see everything that's stored in here. We've got some iron that's being turned at the factory that would be turned into steel. We have no steel, so we're using all of that. So we got to turn this back on. That is another 100 workers. So we are short there again. We've got to go and upgrade. And I'm going to slow this down because we're starting to run into trouble with everything, which is it's the good kind of trouble though, because it's the kind where we are able to grow again. And over here, let's add in some more homes again. These will be some dense puppies though. And these ones are going to want to upgrade basically immediately, I'm guessing. We are going to upgrade a couple of these. And that gives us overhead to turn on our factory, or our mine. There we go. Now we've got this full supply chain here, which is what I so desperately wanted this entire time. And we are rocking and rolling now. So we're making money. We have the ability to upgrade some of our warehouses, and we're going to take that here. And I'm going to finally upgrade all of these. And apparently the fences have been ridiculously expensive, and I shouldn't have been building them. But I just love them so much, so I had to go for it. All of that said, I think that we're in a pretty good spot as far as things are going right now because of our trade route. So maybe not something we need to be super worried about. You can see that things are really starting to open up for us, and I think that this is probably as good a spot as any to leave it. So I've really enjoyed working on this today. I think we need to take a look at this in a little bit more detail. All right, just wanted to get rid of the user interface for a minute and admire the city because this is such a pretty game. So much rich detail in here. You can just zoom in forever and see folks walking around, really feel what it's like to be in here. And it's just such a pretty game. I think that this is a really fun game. This is one of those games that kind of sucks me in. It blends so many of my favorite games, different city builders, different genres, supply chain, production management sorts of games. I really like that kind of game. So this scratches that itch for me. So I would say definitely think about checking this game out. So I really want to, again, thank Ubisoft for providing me with access to the game and for sponsoring today's video. And I want to thank you for sticking around with me and watching me build this city. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And in the comments, if you want me to continue building this little community, let me know and maybe we'll stream it sometime because I could see this being a really fun game to stream. So let me know. Thank you so much again for joining me. I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.